up, everyone? All right, well, Monday morning, back in the saddle, and it's a red day recap, down $6,000. I was up at the most, 2,500, and pretty quickly gave back all of that. Was up only about 180, 190, or maybe it was 900 coming into the open. Worked my way back to up like 2,100, and then took a $3,000 loss, was down 1,000. Then took a $7,000 loss or $8,000 loss, was down 9,000, and then made a $3,500 winner. So I'm down about 6,000 bucks right now. 8 stocks I traded, green on 4, red on 4, but the one loser was a little bigger than the winners, and so I'm on the red side of the P&L line today, and I'm gonna make it a successful red day by shutting it down and not overstaying my welcome. You know, when you feel like you're trading against a headwind and it's just not easy, step back. It shouldn't feel super, super, super hard. On the days where trading is strong, those are the days that feel easier. Now, it's not to say that trading is easy, because it's not. Trading is difficult and most beginner traders lose money, and my results are not typical. But some days feel easier than others. And today was a day that felt particularly difficult. And when it's feeling particularly difficult, it's not a good day to try to dig deep and trade all day long. It's a good day to just say, all right, it's a red day. That's it. I'm gonna try again tomorrow. So I'll try again tomorrow, and hopefully tomorrow does feel a little easier. Hopefully tomorrow we have an obvious gap, right? I don't have to trade 8 different stocks. You know, we had so many different stocks popping up today, but not one of them was really obvious. I mean, DATS was the most obvious. It's up 72% right now and about 100 million shares of volume, but it's lower priced. And so I didn't really get that interested in it until it got higher price, but then it was extended, and then that's when it pulled back. And it's the stock I'm the biggest red on, so oh well, but that's okay. Live to trade another day. I'll be back at tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoy the recap. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, and I'll see you first thing in the morning. All right, everyone. So I'm going to do my recap here. Red day recap, down 6,000 bucks. Kind of like just not an easy day across the board. I traded 8 stocks, green on 4, red on 4, but red on the day. My loss on DATS was a little too big. So let's go over that trade first. So DATS and ALLG, I mean, this thing is just getting hammered. So I did get a bounce on it, but man, it's just brutal. I'm not going to go back for that one. I'm not going to go back for anything. I'm just going to cut the loss and try again tomorrow. So DATS, you know, this one, I got a couple trades on it. I was up like 700 on the breakthrough 3 right here up to 305, that little trade. And then I got back in as it squeezed through this level, but I got an average right through this area of 317. I held through the pullback, and I actually added off of $3, which was previous support. And it curled back up to 318, and I was like, all right, good. And at that moment, it looked like, okay, first 5-minute candle to make a new high, this is gonna be a good setup. However, this was the third 5-minute pullback. The first one, the second one, and it's often that the third one fails. I was hopeful, but it failed. And I stopped out on that candle right there, and it was a big red candle. And I lost 7,000, well, I went red, $7,600. I lost like $8,000 on that candle. So that was where I went red on the, actually I was red 1,000 before that. So my last 4 trades, the last one I just took was AMLX. The one before that was the loss here, and the one before that was this loss on ALLG. So ALLG, I jumped into right in this candle for the breakthrough 20, which is a daily setup, as you can see, first daily candle to make a new high. But man, it just reversed, and I stopped out down at 19 and lost, I don't know, 3,400 on it. That was my only trade on it. So lost 3,400 and went from up 2,000 on the day to red like 1,500. And that's when I flipped and I said, all right, I'm jumping into DATS and I'm going big. And then I lost 7,000 on that. So very common that I'll take a loss and then jump right into another stock and then double my loss on the day. Very, very common. That's like an impulse kind of emotional jump. And it's not that DATS, you know, didn't have some potential, but in that moment, I wasn't keeping track of the fact that we were on our third pullback. I was I was traded 8 different stocks today. I was all over the place. The first stock I traded was CELZ, and this one was the best, but I top ticked it. I added for the break of 4 and then added at 425, 35, and 44. I added at the high of 44, and then it came all the way back down to 395, and I sold for only $2,000 of profit. And then it came back up, and I traded it again in this candle right here. I took another stab on it and made like $1,000. So up 3,500 on CELZ. And honestly, right in here is tempting. I mean, that's a tempting looking trade, but can I really trust it? And today, nothing has been trustworthy. Today has been so choppy. It has been just topping tails and chop, topping tails, chop. So today's a day where, that was CELZ, FRGE. This one was choppy. I mean, I tried to trade it, but look at how it rejected. Didn't hold up, made 700 on it. DRTS, tried to trade that one, made only 129 on it, very choppy. LLL lost 450 on this one in this ridiculous chop here. LLAP lost 2,300 on that in, I think it was this candle here. And then, ALLG and DATS. So today was just a day where we didn't have a lot of clean action. DATS was probably the cleanest, but I sort of discounted it because it's lower price. I don't usually like to trade them. But then when it finally got up towards 3, I was like, okay, it looks like it's squeezing. It's going parabolic. And then that's where it stopped. So, luck of the draw, I got in right basically where it stopped squeezing. And then that was it. CELZ right here is so tempting for me, but the problem is while this looks like an interesting setup, what you have to keep a mindset of is the condition of the current market. The condition of the market today is that these are choppy. There's a 10,000 share seller right at 460. So it's like it pops up and then you get in here and you're like, geez, I just got in. It's all, look at how extended it is. And that's the top. So this was a overall disappointing day for sure, a choppy day, but it can be a successful red day by stopping right here. A $6,000 red day is not the end of the world for me. This is a relatively small red day. I was down 9,000 and I recovered, a third of it, which is good. And I'll live to trade another day. I'm not going to get all bent out of shape over trading until 4 in the afternoon to try to make back $6,000. My next best shot at a good trade is tomorrow morning. That's my next best chance. This afternoon, I mean, we're not likely to have breaking news. We didn't have a really good gap scan this morning. There wasn't a good gap and go setup. I just sort of traded what was moving, but nothing was really obvious enough. And nothing was clean, nothing moved enough, and so I was not able to get green today. So a small red day, but that's okay. I'll be back at it tomorrow and we'll try again. And hopefully tomorrow we have an obvious gapper. And if we do, I'm going to most likely do a lot better than I did today. And I know that when things are hot in, one trade, I can make back $6,000. That's no problem. But it's when things are cold that, you can end up stacking up days like today, $5,000, $6,000 red days back to back to back to back. So you've got to be really careful. And, today I went up at most 2,500 before I went into the green. So 2,500 was my high water green point today, and minus 9,000 was my lowest red point. So I'm down 6 right now. It's not the biggest red day I've ever had. It's not the biggest green day I've ever had, obviously, when I even was green. It's just an in-between day, and so that's how most of the days as a trader will be. Just in-between days. Some green, some red. Just try not to set any records on the red side. So that's it for me. I'll be back at it first thing tomorrow morning show on YouTube, starting around, anywhere between 8:30 and 9:15, depending on what's going on. So I'll see you guys then. Hopefully we have a better day tomorrow. All right, reminder as always, trading is risky. Easy come, easy go. My results are not typical. Most beginner traders lose money, so take it slow. I hope you really enjoyed that video, and make sure you hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Our goal is to hit 1 million subscribers this year, but we won't get there without your help. So please, please, please hit that subscribe button.